season 5, episode 17 or 16. Which is it? I forget.
I'm not really sure anymore.
17, Jeff?
Yeah.
Is that for accurate? Let me look. I got to look at the document here. I want to be accurate. Got to have accuracy. Yeah, it's 17. So, no guest this week. It's me, Ira, Jeff, and Steph, and we're going to talk about some of the shows we've been watching and some of the other stuff that's going on. Of course, still on lockdown, still doing shitty audio from our homes, but thank you for bearing with us.
Are you kidding me? This is the greatest audio, the best.
No, it fucking pisses me off, and I'll tell you why. Because we had access to a radio studio. Before that, we had access to a professional audio studio, thanks to Ira, and now we're all using our computers, and everything sucks. I'll shut up.
It's a level playing field, Tim. Everybody's got shitty audio on their podcasts.
That's very true.
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
Why did you cover the screen? Were you digging in your nose?
No, I haven't picked my nose since February.
Since COVID, Gary.
Yeah. It's one of the things I noticed yesterday. I miss about not being able to pick. I miss not being able to pick my nose. It's very important.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much I used to jab my fingers in my face. Oh, Ira, I like your flamingo.
What flamingo?
Very.
I let that flamingo pick his nose.
He could do that. He could do
Good.
that.
You gotta use a tissue to pick your nose now, but it's not as fun because there used to be those. You get out of work, after a couple hours, and you'd be driving home, and you could flick it out on 85. But it's not.
Oh, yeah.
My rituals have all. It sucks.
But what's your technique for getting a really sticky one off your finger, though?
Oh, you just keep rolling until it's a ball.
Oh, I see. And then dry it out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
rub it on their dashboard.
This is absolutely the time of the snot rocket people. I mean, this is, they've been waiting for this forever. You don't have to, I mean, they could just I guess if you had gloves on, you just push the side and blow it out. I mean,
Howie Mandel it out of there.
I guess.
You see, Tim, what we lack in audio quality, we make up for in content. You see how?
That's it.
All substance.
Howie Mandel has been going crazy on Instagram. Just
do it.
He's on there for like 2 hours a day, just letting whoever requests join his Instagram, and he'll fuck with people.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some girl from Argentina called. It was 2 a.m. or something there, and he was like, "Go wake up your parents." And he made the girl go upstairs into her parents' room and go, "Mom, Dad, Howie Mandel is on the phone."
And they knew who Howie Mandel is?
Yeah, I guess.
Does he have the glove, the old school
Yeah, he can't be doing that routine right now because you're wasting gloves.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's got to be really tough on people like him, especially because he was already an extreme monk, germaphobe anyway. So I would imagine he is on 1,000 anxiety medications.
I ordered some gloves from Wish, that online shopping, wish.com. And it said, they'll be there in 3 or 4 weeks. I said, okay. So I look at it, and I check the tracking, and they're still in China, which, first of all, China, I thought they were coming from the United States, and then I see they're fucking in China. So now when they get here, they're going to be covered in COVID, and every glove will have COVID in it. And
everything from Wish is from China, dude. That's why it takes 100 years to get here, and that's why it's 40 cents. And you're like, oh, what a deal. Well, you're not. If you get it, it's going to be 1,000,000 years, and
Amazon
the quality is terrible.
Amazon won't sell gloves to normal people.
You got to keep your bathtub full of hot wax, and then every day you make a new pair of gloves.
That's a smart idea.
These Wish gloves are probably going to be fingerless. Just to let you know.
I hope that Justin Trudeau steals them like we did to him. He can have my gloves.
You blame Canada.
No. Our government stole their gloves or stole their PPE from them.
Oh yeah, a couple 100,000 of them or something.
Finders keepers, fuck you. Finders keepers. Ready to open up the country. Everybody start going to the movies and playing golf.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, how many people do they have up there? 3 people? We got a lot of people here.
Yeah. Did you see the people in Florida that all ran to the beach yesterday?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't care if we had a beach across the street and the governor said, "Go have fun." I would not go to that beach. I would not go in that water. I would not go anywhere near that sand.
You think it's like a big COVID stew?
I don't know, but how long after the governor says, "Y'all can go do whatever you want to do in Georgia," are you going to go? Are you going to go do it, or are you going to stay home?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna wear a mask. I'm probably gonna wear a mask until like December. But I'm gonna do whatever the hell I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go. I'll go back to Kohl's. I'll go do shit, but I'll just wear a mask.
I think people are giving up already with the whole thing. I mean, last Saturday morning, this is Saturday today. Last Saturday morning, I went to Publix. Everybody was in masks and being really careful. I went again today. There's barely any masks out there. People are walking by each other. I said, "Oh, I guess we're all letting our guard down now, huh?"
Yeah, I guess we're fine.
Yeah.
The surgeon said not to wear masks
Originally, and then he changed his mind.
And then he changed his mind again.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Now he's saying not to.
Oh, fuck that guy. He doesn't know anything.
It's because they're.
What was he, a dentist before he became Surgeon General? What?
Look, it's going to get in there somehow.
I think the thing is that the spreading of it is probably all four of us have it. We probably all have it.
Yes.
And we're just asymptomatic. But then the thing of it is that you're breathing out, you're going to breathe on somebody else, and you're going to kill them. You know, we have this super Spider-Man blood antigens that for whatever reason we don't get it. But I guess that was my thing is like, I'm not so worried about me getting it. I'm worried that I have it and then I'm going to kill like 40 people or something.
Every time I eat another bat, I think, is this the one that's going to kill me?
But don't stop. Don't ever give up.
No, I'm not stopping. Every time I wonder, though, is this the one?
Well, this is the thing. One of the conspiracies about this whole COVID-19 is that they're either using it to put up all the 5G towers, or it's the 5G that causes it, which is all crazy because, you know, you can't get a virus from a radio wave. But it would be nice if we had it, because then everybody online would be able to stream and watch and do their podcasts and everything would be crystal clear. This is really showing how crappy our infrastructure is, because I pay for the top internet because we both need it, but, you know, I'm sure everybody else is. So that's why everything dithers and whatever.
Yeah, I get the fiber.
I got an angry letter from Comcast today telling me if I didn't pay that they were going to shut my TV off. They're going to leave the internet and phone on, but if I don't pay, they're going to start shutting off my TV.
Well, pay him something, Jeff.
Yeah, I did. I paid him a little.
All right.
Yeah. The thing is, though, that I didn't realize how expensive having everything is when you have Xfinity and you bundle everything. The phone. And, you know, we're saving you money by allowing you to have the phone. What if I don't have the phone? Oh, we'll knock $10 off you.
Right.
But I got rid of Showtime and a couple of the other things I don't watch, like the sports package. You know, I guess I can live without Red Zone. I'll just find a stream of it on YouTube.
Yeah, we knocked down the cable package a little bit because we have this garbage AT&T Uverse as it is. It's a piece of shit. So. Yeah. We took a couple of channels off there, but they have the bomb-ass AT&T fiber internet that fires shit. It's amazing. So we kept that.
Better than Xfinity, is it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it rules. Am I stuttering? Am I stammering?
No, but your blurred background keeps going in and out.
Well, that's
It's
with me. That's because it's like that, though, you know?
How come I don't get a blurred background?
You have the sky and the beautiful trees and the birds. The birds.
I think that bird stopped. He listened to you, Tim.
Well, he didn't want to be on the podcast.
He got scared. Tim threatened him.
I think he caught COVID and he just fell out.
I just saw him fall out of the sky.
So we were supposed to have a guest this week, a man by the name of Dan Fogler, actor. He was a stand-up comedian, wasn't he, or has he always just been an actor?
He's a comic actor. I don't know if he does stand-up.
Comedic actor. He's quarantined in London, trapped over there, and from Atlanta, friends with our friends over here, and Josh Warren lined it up for us, but he had booked himself on another podcast, so we're going to have him on next week.
All right, cool. He was in, if you guys have ever seen this movie, I love it. It's a total nerd fest called Fanboys.
Yeah, Fanboys.
I love that movie. It's about it's set 10 years before the Star Wars movie premiered. So it's set in like 98. And
Oh,
they're
okay.
going to Skywalker Ranch to break in so that they can see whatever episode it is. Whatever. The
One.
Phantom Menace.
Prequel, the first one, Phantom Menace.
Yes. And they're total Star Wars, and they hate Star Trek people, and they have like a whole thing with the Star Trek nerds, and he drives a sweet ass conversion van. It's so cool, and it has a big Star Wars graphic on the side of it. It's really good. And they only play Rush. That's the only Rush in the van.
What's Balls of Fury? I haven't seen that.
Jazz.
That's the one. It's
that ping pong balls? Is like a ping pong team or something?
Yeah, it's like Christopher Walken.
It's ping pong based, right?
Yeah, and Christopher Walken is great. He's like the Mr. Miyagi or some shit. Kind of like that.
Pong.
I don't know. A ping pong. He's got the long Chinese braid. It's like he looks old school, like from the old school kung fu movies.
Yeah.
But it's a zany movie.
And isn't he in the Harry Potter movie that doesn't have Harry Potter in it?
Yeah, he's in the Fantastic Beasts movies.
I haven't seen those. There's two, right?
Yeah.
They're good?
Yeah.
Has he been on the Goldberg since he got all skinny?
Yeah, he's been on once or twice since he got skinny. But
hopefully
he's a recurring character. He's not a regular on the Goldbergs.
Hopefully we'll be able to have him on next week. Let's see. You've been watching. Let's talk about Better Call Saul, the penultimate episode of this season, which is season 5. That was episode 9. The next to last episode with Kim Wexler, I guess, right?
I don't know.
We don't know.
She's not going to be on next season.
How do you know?
They've said she's not going to be on next. She said
that.
Yeah.
No.
They've already said that? Who's they?
My stepmother. Maybe she's wrong.
You want to talk about our speculations with Kim?
Yeah, I want to get to it because that episode was amazing. The last 2 episodes have been intense.
Tell the story again, Tim.
What story?
Tell the story again.
Oh yeah, tell me the story again. Tell me again. Tell me.
I paid a lot of money for this. I want to hear it.
Yes. That guy is.
Go
ahead.
I want to know why he can't just tell him that he got jacked in the desert and he killed the dudes.
Right.
Because if he tells him that, then he has to tell him how he got out, how he survived.
Yeah, he just tells him he killed him.
He can't know that Mike helped him.
Right.
Then he'll know that Gus is involved.
Saul killed him.
Yeah, he's not going to believe Saul killed him. Up into that point, Saul hadn't seen any kind of murder or anything. So that's why I think that episode last week, episode 8, is the one that they need to submit for Bob Odenkirk to get an Emmy because he was so good. His character transforms in that episode.
Right.
That PTSD.
Yeah, it's great how they explored how traumatized he was by that, where you feel like in a normal show, in a situation like that, they wouldn't get into any of that, you know?
Right.
I mean, how do you get over drinking your own piss, really?
That's true.
I drink that all the time, not just mine. Yeah. Anybody who has some.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Don't pretend like that's never been done, Steph. Come on.
I just can't. That first swig, you saw him. He didn't want to do it, but he was just like, "What do you?" I mean, I gotta have something. I can only imagine the parch. That's gonna be the ultimate parch where you just cross the line and drink the piss.
You're not gonna want to waste that. Come on, drink your piss, Saul. Fine, don't drink your piss. You're not getting any of mine.
I never saw Mike drink his piss. Did you?
No, I don't think that was the point. I think he figured that he knew, and he probably would be, but he wouldn't give Saul any of his water, right? No more. No more.
He gave that cap full. That was the last of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike is like a camel, though. He doesn't need anything.
No.
He's so badass. There was the episode, if you guys saw some of the whatevers online, the one when him and Mike were in the desert, there was some people that complained about that episode.
As far as what?
That they thought it was boring. I saw on Twitter where they put out a post. Well, we hope you liked tonight's episode, because there was some people on there were saying that was boring. They were calling it the Boring Fly episode 2.0.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. It was not boring at all.
I didn't think so. I thought it was
gripping.
riveting.
I was at the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. So they suck.
Hey, if you want a deeper dive into any episodes of Better Call Saul from this season, you need to be a Radio Labyrinth subscriber, and it's right there in your feed. You can listen to Mike TV doing 2 shows every week covering Westworld and Better Call Saul. In fact, I have to do that after this. I have to edit that and put it up.
I haven't seen Westworld yet this season.
I watched the first episode and decided I didn't want to watch it anymore.
I'm still watching, but it's not as good this season.
I was with you, Tim. I was like, I don't know. I don't feel like getting back into this right now.
Are they Cylons now, right? They're Cylons.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. But it is kick-ass chicks, right? Kicking everybody's ass. That's what it is.
The leader of the robots is Evan Rachel Wood.
Right.
See, that's why me and Tim don't want to watch. It's all female empowerment led.
Bernard is out in the world too.
No.
But Bernard is fighting against them, right?
Yeah, there's other robots that are still on the other side.
Huh.
Yeah, I liked him better when he was in the 20s, Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great on that show. Oh my God, what was his character on there? What was his name?
On Boardwalk?
Yeah.
He was a militant civil rights kind of guy. Yeah, he's really good. He's also good in the Venture Brothers, where he plays. Do you guys know the MODOK character from Marvel? He's a giant head and he floats around in a chair.
No.
Mm-mm.
You had to read the comic books. I mean, he's still around, but he's not a big character anymore. But anyway, he plays a character like that, except he's a professor who is in a wheelchair. But when he goes out to be an arch villain at night, he's in a tank, and he's called Think Tank. And it's Jeremy Wright, right? That's his name, Jeremy Wright?
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright. Yeah, he's really funny on that show. The last season of Venture Brothers was great because it was in New York, and they make fun of the Avengers and just about everything you can think of in that genre. If you had never seen that show, it's great.
How many storylines on how many shows and how many movies are going to be with this pandemic, do you think? To the point where you are just going to be like, I just can't.
Oh, it's going to be terrible. Can you imagine what This Is Us is going to do with it in 2 years?
Oh God! I'm
Chris Metz will eat, the daughter will eat everybody in the house. She'll eat her husband. She'll eat her brother. I'm sorry, and then they'll play some song. But every movie and TV show will be about this. Can you imagine the music? Maybe we'll get rock music back. Who knows? But one thing I do know for sure is that if you have to watch something that if you're watching on DVR and the commercials, you can't skip through them. All the commercials are so fucking annoying.
I know. I was going to bring this up. I'm watching Saul on DVR, and and I'm like, I can't believe I'm like, I'm watching this stuff to kind of get my mind off of this stuff.
Yeah.
And now every commercial break, I'm like, well, I'm right back in reality again.
All these car companies are like, come buy a car. We'll deliver it to your house. Like, fuck you. Nobody's buying a car during this.
Yeah.
I get an email every day from my car dealer going, hey, you know what? We'll give you $10,000 if you buy a car from us. Right. But no, not really. But you're right, though. We'll bring it to your house. Or the commercial's like, we know that you're home with your family in a time like this and blah, blah. We're here for you, Clorox. Fuck you, Clorox.
You can't find it. The only one that I've seen that was kind of funny, at least, was the Burger King one when they're calling you a couch patriot.
Yeah.
That was at least amusing. There was something there, but all the other ones in this time and in these trying times and oh God.
I want to give shout outs and support, all the people that are working in the hospitals and the first responders and all that. And I'm fully with that, but every commercial is featuring all that stuff, and it's like, all right, at what point are we just going to be like, stop it?
And then at the other time, though, whenever they show stuff where people are in a crowd or they're at a party, it's an old commercial. You're like, I remember that.
Yeah. Or you find yourself watching an old movie or an old TV show where people are hugging or walking down the street or going into a fucking Publix without a mask on.
Oh, I'm getting triggered. I can't watch old stuff. I get triggered.
Yes, same here. Same here. Speaking of going to restaurants and stuff, one of our big sponsors and longtime sponsors has been Atlanta Pizza in Euro. We had Mike Hall on last week, and one of our patrons went out there, and I want to give him a shout out. Brian Smith, also known as Kickpool. He and his girlfriend Chelsea, they went out there and got food this week, and he sent me some pictures of it. It was really
went out there today too.
Who did?
Swade.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
drove all the way out there just to get some.
Yeah, they did a really cool social distancing selfie. Him and Mike.
Yeah. Oh, they did. Awesome.
Yeah.
One other thing. Oh, I want to say welcome to our new. We have a new patron this week, and her name is Ashley. And I wanted to say thank you to Ashley.
Oh, thanks, Ashley.
Ashley Rose, I believe, is her name. So thank you, Ashley, for signing up. So yeah, and like I said, from now on, the episodes that we record and put up on Patreon will be there for all members, not just certain levels. I think that everybody, if you're signed up to pay and donate at this time, you should have access to it. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and then we'll get back to Better Call Saul because we got to speculate on Kim Wexler. But what about doing a hangout or something where we just shoot the shit with people? Do you think that would work if we did it on Skype, or I don't know about Skype, but maybe Zoom or?
Well, didn't Josh say that we could do a live YouTube show and everybody can chat and converse on there?
Yeah. We could do a live show on our Radio Labyrinth page, and then people can chat in and stuff. But I want to do it with the patrons, and so let's set that up. So be on the lookout for that, patrons.
Yeah, I think because I don't think we can have. I think we'd have to do it through Skype because I don't know if we could have that many people on Google Hangouts.
No, we won't. We won't have. We'll do a live show and then have a chat. And then people can chat and interact with each other.
Right,
and
people can chat.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it'll just be us on the video.
Gotcha.
Right.
Who's wrestling?
Who? What?
I was fucking around. I said, "Who's wrestling?"
Jimmy.
All right.
Okay.
It's the wind.
Hey, so what do you guys think is going to happen with Kim? What's going to happen next week? Because next week is the last episode for God knows how long.
Yeah, probably be another 2 years.
I mean, look,
maybe.
if they kill off Kim, everybody that watches this show is just we'll kill ourselves. You know?
I think
well, maybe. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think that you guys, when you put it in the text the other night, that you think she'll probably be the first one who gets disappeared,
exactly.
who goes
by
to
Robert Forster.
Yeah, she will probably be the first one to go.
She'll be the first vacuum bag ordered. Right?
You need a vacuum bag.
By Jimmy. Yeah, I would think.
I need
Jimmy.
a 3.47 Hoover bag.
It's gonna cost you a lot more money than it did last time. She's from Nebraska, and that's where he is, right?
Yeah.
So maybe there's
your
something
clue
there.
right there.
Well, it's a speculative clue. I don't know if it's really a clue. I just don't want to wait another frickin' 2-3 years. I guess we're gonna have to. I hope I don't get sick and get COVID because I want to watch TV shows.
Everybody watch What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes. Did you watch it, Ira?
No, I don't watch it.
What?
Yeah.
What?
There was 2 episodes available. I watched the first one. I started to watch the second one. I got sleepy and I didn't finish it.
What?
The first 2 episodes are on Hulu.
Oh, that's why you didn't get my joke in the text I sent you.
No, what was it?
I sent Steph a text and a joke in a text because we were talking about something, and I just said maybe it's a guy. What was that joke that he kept telling
That poster's got Updog all over it.
Yeah, Updog.
Steph's poster behind it's got Updog all
Yeah,
over it.
Steph's poster has Updog on it.
That's in the second episode.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna watch it this evening.
Well, if it's on Hulu, I'll try it.
Yeah,
What's
you
that
gotta watch
guy's
the
name?
first season.
Well, now that I'm done with devs on Hulu, I need to use my Hulu for something else. So that'll be it.
I want to watch. Go ahead.
He was on Better Call Saul. He was the what's the name of that thing? Steph, the pie.
The Familiar? What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, Mark Porkridge, the energy vampire on What We Do.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought he was the dude with the pie, the pie sitting thing.
Oh, yeah, Cobblepot.
Co-
Or the...
No, what the hell was it called?
Well, anyway, he's my favorite character in that house. I think one of them. I don't
Spot
know.
Cobbler.
They're all funny as shit,
Rock
but he is
yeah, that's it.
so funny, that character. I think I'm going to go to. He's like, he wants to go to these plays where they have Q&A after, and
when he blocked the Lincoln Tunnel.
What?
When he blocked the Lincoln Tunnel.
Oh yeah. I love that. The first episode, what was Haley Joel Osment's character's name? I forget. It was high five, and then he became a zombie.
Topher, because he would only say his name over and over. Topher.
That show is written so well because it's like the guy they went to, the necromancer, always does the same thing, and he has a use for them when they're done. So you're gonna have to watch. I don't want to spoil it, but I love Guillermo's story arc.
No, your whole house fell down, Steph.
You need to use real tape, not that gummy shit.
That was hanging by a poster board, man.
Steph's walls are falling down behind it.
I have a background coming. So I do have something. And Neil ordered me a new webcam, but I got the email from Dell today, and it said it's going to be here July 20th.
Well, you're gonna be a webcam girl?
Yeah. I mean, I got to make some money somehow. Set up.
Got to keep those tokens rolling in.
Yep.
I'm gonna think of. It'll just be me petting dogs. Be like, what do you want me to do to them?
Hey, there's an audience for that.
I don't even. No, I'm not participating in that, Ira.
So what do you think of Guillermo this season being the vampire killer?
Yeah, he's killing like 10 vampires a day.
Yeah, and not telling them.
And they all look like Nosferatus. They're all Nosferatu types.
Yeah. I hope they bring back the characters from the movie again in this season, like they did in the first season. But like I said, I want to watch it again. The other show that I'm really digging and rip. I mean, I like the Atlanta's Missing and Murdered, but I don't want to like tout it as compelling TV that you got. You know what I mean? It's not it's not a uplifting show at all, but it's something new. I think that you don't. We haven't seen that from this. We've seen a lot of different angles, but nothing like this, I don't think. And there's a lot of Monica Kaufman in it. So what, Jeff?
Well, no, I said, I mean, look, I watched Mindhunters, obviously, and also the podcast.
You're right.
And it's like, so between those two, this would offer even more that hasn't been discussed in those.
Yeah, because it's going on with the, maybe Wayne Williams wasn't the only one, which I certainly don't think he did it himself. And I think that there are other people involved, but there's a lot of speculation that there was a pedophile ring, and a lot of these kids were going to these old dudes' houses, and there's all sorts of creepy shit involved. So I think they're going to really keep exploring that. And one of the things, our mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, she's the first mayor that was a kid when this stuff happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she grew up here. She was a kid here. So it's important to her. It's like finally somebody from that generation made it into power, and they can actually investigate it.
And I think that's great that she's doing that, because it just got kind of swept under the rug. I hate that. Like when I'm watching a Dateline and I'll watch the whole episode, and then at the very end, whoever the person is gets off, but then they never continue on. They say they're still investigating, but that's pretty much it. And know fucking that they did it. They killed him, but they can't try him again. So that kind of shit is, I can't stand that unresolved stuff. Any of the true crime podcasts I listen to, if it's some bull crap where at the very end of it, and still we don't know, fuck you. I can't believe I just wasted an hour on this shit.
I know, I
invested
invested so much time.
I want some sort of resolution.
Come forward and admit you killed your husband, or Steph is getting you.
That's what I'm saying. And especially when you know the person did it. You know it. It's, oh God, it's so aggravating.
Yeah.
One of the things about that case, like you said, there's unfinished stuff. The police were being hounded by the community. They wanted, they were being hounded, and especially by the parents of those kids that were missing. Find a killer. They found one guy they could blame all of it on and wrapped it all up because they just wanted to get it out of the way. Same thing. I'm listening to Chaos by Tom O'Neill again. I interviewed him by myself. Remember maybe a year and a half ago or a year ago, the guy who wrote the book about Charles Manson, and we put it out. And Anyway, he was on Rogan this week, so it's about 3 hours, and he's talking about how the police in LA were being bombarded with find an answer, find an answer, find an answer, and they just grabbed up Manson, and there's all these weird side stories involved. Like he was arrested for something or picked up. They were all arrested and picked up while they were trying to find out who killed all those people, and then let go because of the parole officer that Manson had and his relationship with. It gets into the CIA and MK Ultra and all this weird stuff that you've heard about if you've heard any conspiracy talk. But it's a real interesting book, and if you're into the whole Manson thing, like Once Upon a Time in America, or if you've read Bugliosi's Helter Skelter, which is supposed to have been the like the Bible of the Manson story, and how Bugliosi was just full of shit and out for himself. But anyway, if you're into that, it's really interesting. All these things are way more interesting than you see on the news.
Did anybody watch Celebrity IOU?
What's that?
It's a new show on what's the home renovation channel or whatever, the Property Brothers channel.
HGTV.
HGTV, yeah.
It is their channel.
Brad Pitt basically turns this lady's shed into a little tiny house in her backyard.
Yeah.
With the help of the Property Brothers. Yeah.
Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
What's this on? I want to see this.
It's called Celebrity IOU. Look for it.
Why is it called IOU? Does he owe this woman something?
Yeah, this woman has been his makeup artist for 30 years.
Does he have his shirt on during the show?
He has his shirt on for the show, but
I'm not watching it then. I'm just gonna rewatch, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood over and over.
Property Brothers doing demo and stuff on the house, if you're into that.
Yeah, I like watching stuff getting. What was that old show? Remember that? That's where they went in and they just demolished shit. Remember that show?
This Old House?
No, it was like
that is an old show.
It was anyway. There was a show. It was like a father and a son, and they would go in and they just like they videoed them destroying the whole house or whatever.
Big
they
Seamus,
demoed it.
Little Seamus.
Whatever. I'll figure it out. I'll come back.
I'm trying to help. It was Big Seamus, Little Seamus.
No, it was not Big Seamus, Little Seamus.
They're doing that shit that Tim likes, though. That Chip Gaines kind of crap inside the house, where they're like.
Well, I like Chip Gaines because he's dreamy.
Yeah.
I want him to be my friend.
Well, the Property Brothers are dreamy too.
Yeah. I don't know. They're too good looking. Chip Gaines got his new teeth, and I don't respect them anymore.
Oh, what did he get? He get caps? He get some veneers?
Yeah, he got the same teeth as those weird twins.
Oh. So, I guess you don't want to lick his shiplap anymore?
No.
About the Property Brothers.
Shiplap. I heard, are you all caught up with the Plot Against America?
I am, yeah. I mean, that's the one show every week where I'm like, oh, I can't wait till it's Monday night. I can watch
one episode left, right?
Yeah, this is the last episode. And Jeff, you're watching that too, right?
Yeah. Is that why you live in Atlanta? Because you got sent here from Jersey?
Exactly. Yeah, it was.
I told Iris got to move to Kentucky with the rest of the mountain hillbilly Jews.
What is it called? The Just Folks 42 thing?
Yeah. That's a weird thing, man. The way that just unfolds. But you can, if you put your mind in that place, once actions start happening and things start rolling, it does seem like it's a reality. And then how Winona Ryder and the good Reverend or the good Rabbi John Turturro are starting to figure things out.
I gotta say, when I was growing up in West Virginia, I don't remember a whole lot of Bubba Epstein's, or
no,
wasn't a lot of those around there.
Shalom, y'all.
Is the one brother was asking the other brother? He's like, well, what's a fascist? Oh, it's people that don't like Jews. He goes, why don't they like us? He goes, because we're Jews. That's all he could say.
Self-explanatory.
But yeah, that show is. I mean, Steph, weren't you saying last week? I listened to last week's show. You don't like alternate history show, right?
And I was so into it until I realized that. I don't know. It's just I like historical things that are embellished and just maybe more dramatic or whatever. But when it's like a completely alternative history, I don't know. I want something that's completely fictional or not.
Yeah, I guess.
One of the two. I mean, the Tarantino stuff is just so over the top.
Yeah.
That it's almost cartoonish in a
Yeah,
way.
that's-
So
That's different. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like it because it's so based in a lot of the history that you can pick through it and really be like, well, yeah, they really have. If this just tweaked just a bit and went the other way, you could have gotten this.
yeah,
I think that's kind of cool. And
I
Tim,
don't believe that Charles Lindbergh ever would have been elected president of the United States, though.
well, we
But
don't know what it was like back then, though. This is 1940. That election was. Is that right?
yeah, but I would think that Roosevelt won that handily. I don't know who he really ran against. I'd have to look it up. I don't
did they
feel like
touch
it.
on the did they touch on the baby at all? About his baby getting
No.
snatched? They don't talk
No.
about that.
No.
The Lindbergh baby.
The Lindbergh baby. What was that a punchline? That's an SNL punchline.
Yeah.
I think it's Joe Piscopo. The Lindbergh baby.
But well, the other thing, yeah, Tim, I know you won't listen to the podcast anymore, but the accompanying podcast for Plot Against America with David Simon, they go into the history of all this stuff, and just as a history lesson, aside from what they're trying to do with the show, it's fascinating as hell for me. So I don't know, Jeff, you haven't heard that, have you?
No, I haven't checked out the podcast.
Yeah, you should check it out. I mean, obviously there's only 5 of them, so.
Well, HBO must not really be pressing that. My stepmom knows an awful lot about TV and watches a lot of, the popular shows. And today I asked her if she'd heard of it, and she hadn't at all. And I told her who was in it, and she said, wow, that sounds like something I'd watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but when you go to the homepage on the HBO Go app, I mean, it's there with all the other shows. It's right up top as featured shows. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, they know you're Jewish. They want you to watch.
Can't you bring that up at the next meeting, Ira?
Yeah,
So,
Around Hollywood?
Did you run it through your Google search?
I'll bring it up at the next Zionist meeting.
Yeah.
I can't understand why none of you guys watch Killing Eve. The season premiered this weekend. It was so good.
The previews make it look awesome.
It's so
Caitlin likes
good.
it.
It's fucking awesome. It's an awesome show.
I'm going to add that to my...
before season 3 started, but I watched
What,
one.
Jeff?
So I said I was going to try and watch them all season 1 and 2 before the new season started. But even in quarantine, I only watched one episode.
Oh.
No,
So-
Jeff.
If it doesn't happen now, it's never going to happen.
No.
Yeah, but whatever. I guess there's just not enough Gilmore Coffee House action for you. I don't know.
Look, the other night I got stuck in a YouTube deep dive where I was watching commercials from the 1970s. TV commercials from the 70s.
It makes it soothing. It's soothing.
It is. Oh, look,
Yeah.
those people are touching each other. Nice. They're going
Well,
into stores.
One of my girls asked the other day how they make Reese's peanut butter cups. So I went on a deep dive with the old your chocolate's in my peanut butter. We watched all of those.
Nice.
And they thought they were the greatest thing ever. They're like, play it again.
Yeah.
Wasn't there
And
an
then-
episode of that Cliff Clavin show where they talked about how they make those?
Really?
Yeah, that John Ratzenberg hosted a show called How It's Made or something.
Oh, yeah.
That.
Yeah, they-
run on Reese's peanut butter cups.
Well, and then the
Yeah.
best was the younger one said, "Why would a girl be walking down the street with a big jar of peanut butter anyway?"
Yeah, those commercials all the same. The one guy has a candy bar, looks normal. The other person has a jar of peanut butter and a spoon. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's a
Oops, so it went right in there. I don't know how that happened.
The candy bar was like the worst looking candy. It's just like a big hunk of chocolate. Like, who is
Yeah.
a candy bar that's just a huge hunk of chocolate?
Well,
Well,
now
then
you're
they-
going to.
I would
Go ahead.
reenact that. I would get a Hershey's candy bar, open a jar of peanut butter, and go, look, Grandma, I'm doing the commercial. She'd say, stop putting the candy bar in the peanut butter.
I got your peanut butter in my chocolate.
Well, and then our favorite one, and I forgot about this one until we saw it, was they had an opera one. Remember?
Yeah.
And they were all
Uh-huh.
stage, your peanut butter is in my chocolate. Your chocolate is in. You know,
I don't
it's
remember that one.
delicious. That's great.
You're going to switch it up and start watching Grey Poupon commercials. And
Oh yeah.
Where's the beef? Take them all the way back, Ira, when times were good.
Oh yeah. Well,
Old
what
Happy Meal
commercials were you
commercials.
watching, Tim?
I was watching 1979, so it was a bunch of different ones. God, I don't even remember. Sometimes I'll watch the toy ones, and sometimes I'll watch. I was specifically looking for an old commercial from our childhood, me and Jeff's. There was this place, I think I've talked about it before. There was a furniture store or rug store, carpet store called Evar's. And the guy talked like this, and he would say, Evers, east of Corning, west of the mall, on Route 17. And it ran for years, and I couldn't find it. Nobody had it up there. And then I was trying to find, what was the one at Curly's Chicken House? We found the right means of making great chicken. Come on in and see. And then it was, we don't fry, we use rotisserie.
I remember that one.
And it gets stuck in your head.
Curly's Chicken House.
Original Pudgy's commercial.
Pudgy's Good Time Pizza and Sub.
I can't die until I have Pudgy's Pizza. You guys talk about it, and I have to taste it. I have to have this pizza.
There's a Pudgy's in Virginia or West Virginia. So next time.
Are they doing drop off? Because we could order right now.
Yeah, I'll be back in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We could probably get it overnighted, but it wouldn't be worth it. It's not the kind of pizza you'd go, boy, that was worth $200.
Yeah.
What, like through Gold Belly? Yeah, you'll pay like $200 for 2 pizzas from Gino's in Chicago.
Oh, is that a real thing? Gold Belly.
Oh, Gold Belly. Oh, you can get anything from Gold Belly. You can get the most amazing treats and creations from every place in the country. But it's outrageous. There's nothing that's ever really...
It's like the cost that the restaurant charges them doubled. Because the Gold Belly's got to take their little... Got to wet their beak on the action too. So.
I just want to wet my beak. Let me wet my beak.
If you ordered the pizzas directly from the restaurant and had them shipped to you, they would probably be cheaper. Oh, yeah. I think the Gold Belly thugs go in there and go, no, you no longer ship your pizzas to anybody. Wait.
It's a Bond villain.
What?
I said it's a Bond villain, Gold Belly.
Yeah.
I get sucked into these YouTube things, and I'll end up watching, 4 or 5 episodes, or just interviews from the Tonight Show, or Dick Cavett and stuff like that. I listen to old Gilbert bits from when he was on Howard, and he would sit in through the news and it's an hour long of Howard telling the most, not Howard, but Gilbert telling the best jokes. Speaking of Gilbert and Jeff Ross did a half-hour live last night on Cameo Cares. Cameo is doing the people that work for Cameo, comedians and stuff. Have you guys watched any of those yet?
No, but you sent the link. I haven't watched it.
Whatever the link I sent to you is just constantly live. I don't know if they archive them, but I watched it, and they were taking questions. So I typed in 2 questions, and the first one they ended up reading. Jeff Ross read it to Gilbert. It was, Gilbert, what is your favorite Larry David character from Fridays? And Gilbert went, oh, wow, oh, God, wow, and there's your answer. And then I sent him a question directly that said, how much kloogie did you get when you were doing Up All Night? And he goes, I'm not answering that question. But that was really cool to watch. And then I guess I mentioned last week I had watched Maria Bamford. She's doing another one. So if you're a fan of hers, follow her on social media. Because,
I will do that.
Her shows are $5, and she'll have a comedian, open up for her, and then she'll do her full set. And her characters are so funny. I love to listen to her talk.
I gotta watch that Louis C.K. special that you said was so good.
Yeah, that's $7.99. I'm gonna buy that when I get my stimulus money.
Oh yeah,
worth it. You haven't gotten yours yet?
No.
Yeah, I haven't gotten mine either.
I gotta wait for the Trump check.
Well, there's your check. I wrote, dear Jeff.
Thank you, Mr. President.
You really have to wait. That sucks.
Yeah.
That does suck, Jeff. I saw so many people that were like waiting for this hard check, and my sister too, because she owed taxes last year. So if they didn't have your direct deposit information in the last couple of years, you're screwed. How about the people that they sent it all to the wrong, because they had already used the same tax preparer? They sent, I don't even know, like 600,000 checks to the wrong banks because of this tax preparer. And in the tax preparer, it only accepts payments during a certain time. So they had to send them all back.
Oh, 600,000?
It was some unbelievable number of people that are not getting their checks right now. Yeah, I mean, and who knows when they'll get their shit.
Yeah. Once that's turned around.
But I feel bad. I mean, don't you guys feel terrible for these people that, I mean, now that you would ever usually say this, for the IRS? What a fucking nightmare job that is right now. My God.
Nope.
I feel bad for anybody that's getting harassed constantly by the general public. Hey, if you're friends with me on Facebook, and I also shared it on Twitter, Caitlin, my wife, did a really awesome story. Wasn't that cute?
It was so cute.
Out in Morgan County, Georgia, there's a Boston Terrier rescue place called the Rescue Ranch, and these two ladies built it all themselves, and that's where our two Bostons are from. But they have this mama dog that was rescued, and she was pregnant, and she had the little puppies, and now they're called the Quarantinis. And so every night they do a live story where they do a live stream where they read good night stories to the puppies. It's so adorable.
It is adorable. I loved. She did such a good job with her whole little piece on that, and I didn't know that the Rescue Ranch. I thought they only did Bostons. I didn't know that they did like Pibbles. I didn't know that.
Mixes. Yeah, the mixes. Yeah.
No, it was a delight. I loved it.
And they're all named after cleaning products too, so it's fun. Show it to your kids. I tried to send a link to my nieces, but you're not allowed to send links to children on Facebook, which is a smart thing. I didn't know that though. I'm like, hey, look at these puppies. You are not allowed to send a link to a child. I'm like, I just want to send puppies. I didn't know.
No, I know. I've tried to do the same thing just to my daughter. I'm like, all right, I'll just show it to her on my phone. Jeez.
Yes. And my dad's birthday is next week, so I'm thinking about going out there and sitting in the driveway and just waving. Happy birthday!
Oh yeah, how you doing, Tim?
Oh yeah, you guys come out. I don't, sit out back. I don't know.
Well, my father-in-law had a procedure Wednesday, and so my husband went with him and his mom to the appointment, and Neil wore a mask. Neither one of his parents had masks on. They went into the place, but everybody in the office had masks on. So anyway, I don't know. I think his mom's been lying to us. She's been telling us that he wears a mask when he goes out, but I really don't think he does. I don't think he does.
Boomers lie. Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, my parents aren't doing anything either. I mean, they're barely going out, but they're just like, well, it's the people across the street. They're fine.
My dad had to go to the emergency room last week. He fell down in his driveway and landed on his jaw, and he thought he had broken it. So he had to go to like a Wellstar or one of those places. And I would be so paranoid to be in a hospital right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's where my sister caught COVID.
How's she doing?
She's just about recovered. Yeah.
Did she have real bad symptoms or?
She never got really horrible. Her worst thing that she had, and she shared this with a lot of her coworkers because a lot of her coworkers had it. She compares it to, it's an illness like she's never had. This chest tightness. Yeah. And they all talk about it, and it all starts happening at nighttime. Your chest gets so tight, and you wake up and you can't breathe, and you're gasping. And
I would hate that.
Yeah, she said it's pretty terrifying, and that's pretty much that's a pretty symptom that a lot of people have from it. And but she is on the other side of it. Her husband, he had it actually worse. I mean, he had a bad fever. He was waking up with screaming that his hair was on fire. And I mean, he was talking to my stepdad, who
what the fuck is this
passed
disease?
Away. I don't. That to me is what really makes it seem like malaria. Because those, when you have malaria, that's what you do. You hallucinate. You have because of the high fever. So. But my sister, I shared something on Facebook today because she shared like all of her tips, everything that she did, all of the, she took the high
TIPS, right?
Yes, exactly. But she took, no, not her. Shut up, Jeff. She's not well yet. Well, she's well, maybe she'll do that. But she
how much?
Well, she's not working right now, so I'm not sure. She may actually jack up the price, but
send her a webcam.
She but she took the Trump cocktail, and she highly recommends anybody to take that cocktail.
So let me say this: it's the zinc, right? It's the hydroxychloroquine opens the cell receptors, so zinc can get in there and stop the virus from replicating. Is what I've been led to believe.
Can you say it as the president, please? Come on.
And the Z-Pack.
Yeah, this wonderful drug, hydroxychloroquine. with azithromycin and zinc. Gotta have the zinc. The zinc is important. The very, very, very good zinc. Zinc.
Can we get back out onto the golf course soon, sir?
It's up to your governors now, but if you live in a state that's run by a Democrat, I want you to take a bunch of guns and drive around and pretend that it's important that you do. I don't want to do Trump anymore. I'm too tired.
Oh yeah.
Although
But anyway.
Bernie's easier to do. Bernie.
Oh yeah, what happened to you, Bernie? I heard you're out.
Well, I wanted to ask Steph one more thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like Junior Soprano in The Sopranos. Before he tells everybody that he has cancer, he starts asking all these questions. How long were they? He's asking all these questions about medical. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you, Uncle June? I got cancer. Shut up, Tony. But I want to know all this stuff because I'm paranoid. But then I don't want to know about it. And then anybody that walks into my yard, I'm like, get out of here.
Well, you take the zinc now. Take 20 milligrams a day now. And then to build up your immune system. Now, if you get it, you're going to want to jack the zinc up to 200 milligrams a day.
Really? Okay. But it has to be not the pill. You got to take the oral kind, right?
Right.
The kind you got to let dissolve in your mouth.
The lozenge, which is what I have the lozenges.
Yeah, I got some elderberry ones at your recommendation.
Yeah, I've been taking. I have my Sambucus gummies every day.
I've just been eating these cans. Is that okay?
Yeah. What is that, Mountain Dew?
It's Canada. It's real ginger ale.
Yes. So, hey, guys, other than that, I really didn't watch anything. I listened to, I think I already told you the podcast I listened to. Steph, I see what you watched this week. I definitely want to watch the most recent Dark Side of the Ring with Jimmy Snuka.
Oh, it's so good. Dude, I had no idea.
Did they get to the Elmira thing where he loses it and beats up the cops? Because we went to that show before he did that.
You know what? They don't talk about him beating up the cops, but the story with him and that Nancy Argentino girl, the girlfriend, it's really, it's all about did he kill her or did he not kill her, and how he went on. I won't ruin it for you. You get to watch it. It's really good. But the most tragic shit ever is the Von Erich brothers. That is.
They're all dead, right? But one.
Just the one, and it was the most tragic shit you've ever seen. And there was like 5 of them, and there's one left.
The Jimmy Snuka, I wonder if they covered this in the special when he stopped at Bob Evans twice in Carlisle, PA, when I was working there as a manager. Did they bring that up?
It was when he was older and he was senile. He said that he was waited on by a lovely young man named Tim Andrews. And
now wait a minute, I was the manager.
I'm sorry that he was managed. That he was managed by you.
He asked for the manager because there was a problem, and then you came up.
Well, this is the story. He came in on a Friday and then came back on Sunday. So the Friday, I just said, hey, how you doing, Jimmy Superfly Snuka? You're a big fan, blah, 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 blah. And then he comes back. It was him and this other dude. And I said, how'd you do? He goes, oh, they beat me up pretty bad, brother. Can you get me an ashtray? And he just sat there and chain smoked the whole time. Both nights he sat there and chain smoked. But the most famous, one of the most famous people I ever met while working there, and because of where it was, people stopped there. Famous people would stop there. But the Ramones came in and ate, and they all sat at the front bar. If you've ever been in a Bob Evans, the way they used to be laid out is they had a bar in the middle facing the kitchen where you could sit on a stool like an old diner. And then they had smoking and non-smoking. The bar was smoking. What didn't matter. And the Ramones came in and sat down. And I think I've told that story a million times too. But that was pretty cool to meet the Ramones while they ate vegetarian sausage.
Why don't you tell the
Jim,
story?
can I get another napkin over here?
Hey, man. What, Jeff?
Tell the story about how you went up on the roof and when Snuka was leaving, you jumped off the roof onto him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did. I super flied him, and then I put him in a figure 4 leg lock and suplexed him and broke his jaw.
They did show clips from that one cage match. Whenever he jumped off the top of the cage onto that, whatever is Marco Santini or the one that he had that rival with that whole time.
Magnificent Morocco?
Yes. Oh my God. I mean, to watch him jump off the top of that damn cage, and he was an incredible athlete, but he was also on so much cocaine. So I feel like if most of us, if we did a lot of cocaine, we could do more. I don't think I could ever jump that high, but I feel like I could do more than I'm doing.
All right, well, this could be a good Saturday night.
You guys want to go ahead and talk about what you watched if we didn't cover it yet? Or anything you want to recommend?
Everybody watch that biography on Kenny Rogers. It was so good.
It was on what?
It was on A&E biography.
Okay.
2 hours on Kenny Rogers, and it
2 hours.
It was never sad, and it was always just literally a celebration of his life.
Yeah.
It was great.
Did he donate half his estate to Trump's campaign?
They didn't say anything about that.
What?
Somebody at work told me that.
Oh, who knows?
I
Half
figured
his estate?
Yeah, that's what somebody at work told me. So I don't know if it's true or not. You know, it's not like they're the best source of information, but who knows?
I don't know. I feel like Kenny Rogers' accountants wouldn't let that happen.
All right, I'm on Snopes right now. And the question is, did Kenny Rogers donate half of his estate to help Trump's reelection? Labeled satire. The website Tater's Gonna Tate.
Thanks for the solid information, Steph.
I asked you guys because I didn't think it sounded legit. So I was asking you guys.
So it's not real. It's not fake news because it isn't real.
Okay.
No, but that biography was so good. It got into all his collaborations with Lionel Richie and Dolly Parton and everybody. It was really good.
Nice.
What song did he do with Lionel Richie?
They both recorded Lady.
Yeah, wrote Lady for him.
Yeah. Okay.
Lady. And I love you.
I want to hear Lionel Richie do Gambler.
Yeah, that would be good. You're not going to hear it right now, though.
No.
You guys all watched Ozark. I don't watch Ozark. That fucking bird is back. So is Ozark good?
Wait, let me tell you. It's spring.
Hey, you're threatening Myra. Tell him, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, bird. Yeah, so Ozark, I just finished finally just last night. And it was solid. I feel like it was started strong, kind of just rolling through the middle, and then ended strong. Did you guys feel that way?
Oh, absolutely. The last few episodes were the best, I thought.
Yeah.
They really ratcheted it up. It was good.
However, I will admit, it's like I think it's starting to be one of those shows where I'm like, I'll still watch it, but I'm getting a little sick of hanging out with these people. You know?
I'll give you that.
But it's done well.
They're not good people.
No.
They're not. However, I did hear an interview with one of I guess the main creator of Ozark. I forget what podcast I was listening to. A really good guy. He's done some interesting stuff in the past. Jeff, you probably know who he is. And I liked there was a lot of cool stuff he said, but one thing he said was when they start getting together and writing an episode and they start thinking the arc of a season and they say, well, we'll have this crazy thing happen in this episode and this other crazy thing that's going to happen. We should push it to the next episode. And all of them are always like, no, you know what? Let's put as much crazy stuff into one episode as we possibly can. And we'll just ramp it up every week. You know? So they was like, why not? Let's put all this stuff in one episode. Who cares?
Every time I walk into my living room, I hear Laura Linney's brother on the show go, please don't lock me away. And then I'm like, okay, I can go outside.
They took my thumbs.
He did, but you know what though? Like when he finally totally cracked, that was some good acting.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
His episode when he started out and he was in the back of that cab and he was having that whole monologue with himself.
Oh yeah, it was great.
That was very intense.
Yeah, he definitely was good at portraying that mind frame. You know, I think. And Laura Linney's performance at the end was.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. It's like the beginning of the season. I got so aggravated because she was so cocksure and just blah blah. And I was like, "Bitch, sit down. I'm sick of you." Right. And why is Marty being such a ugh? But then after he got his whole kidnapped thing, and then he came back and he was grew some balls, and then shit started blowing up in her face. Then I was really into the show.
Yeah. And then Ruth, the Ruth character played by who's that actress?
Not Jane Lynch, but it looks just like her.
Oh yeah, I like that character.
Not
young
Ruth.
actress. No,
you're thinking of Helen.
Yeah, not Helen. Ruth. The young girl.
The blonde girl. Yeah, I don't know.
She was just annoying. I mean, every single line of hers is.
Oh, you mean the one that looks like Justin Timberlake when he was in NSYNC?
Yeah.
Am I right?
I guess.
Oh my God, are you right?
So
right.
I mean, she's good, and especially at the end, her performance is good. But Yeah, she's just so abrasive through the whole season. It's just like, all right, can we get one little scene of her just acting mellow,
I liked her on The
sentence,
Americans,
the
whatever
F
that.
word, just one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember when she was on the? Did you guys watch The
Yeah.
Americans?
Yeah.
Watch the
Yeah,
Americans.
that was some tough stuff to watch on The Americans with her.
Oh yeah, he was like, yeah, I know you're 16 and all, but
Yeah, not even,
that-
like, Yeah,
I
that was
need your
tough.
dad's information. Well, that's anything else that we missed before we do our last thing here?
I watched the
What?
Fantasy Island movie. Did anybody watch that? Steph?
Mm-mm.
The Bloomberg Fantasy Island movie, the horror movie.
Oh no, I haven't watched it. Was it good?
It was all right.
Any of those Bloomberg movies are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how
Bloomberg makes movies?
It's Bloomhouse.
Bloomhouse, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
thought
knew
you were
what you were
talking
saying.
about like Michael Bloomberg that had a
Yeah.
movie network.
But
Make horror movies.
can we just talk
I-
podcasts just for 1 second before we?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we all talked about. Did we all listen to Kevin Nealon on Conan podcast?
I
Not
haven't
yet.
started
I
yet, but go ahead.
Oh man, I mean Kevin Nealon on anything is. I just love that humor. He's
Mhm.
so
That-
dry and funny.
That text exchange between Conan and Nealon.
What's that?
Nealon asked Conan to pick him up at the airport.
Oh yeah.
And then like 6 hours later, Conan's like, I'm on the way.
Well, and anytime Nealon is on a podcast, he's so good because he just dominates, but dominates in such a funny way.
Yeah.
And then, Conan will be in the middle of talking and he'll be like, all right, well, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. And Conan's like, whoa. He's like, what's wrong with you? Stop that. So, yeah, listen to Kevin Nealon on Conan. And then I was going to mention I listened to Rhea Seehorn on that podcast called The Watch that I like. And any fans of Better Call Saul, I feel like she doesn't do a lot of interviews, right?
Right.
No.
I haven't heard any.
And to listen to her, you know what I like about her the most? I mean, first of all, she seems cool as shit. But, we always talk about these actors that don't watch the stuff they're in. Like Idris Elba never saw The Wire.
Never saw it, man.
She's a big fan of Better Call Saul. And she's just like, oh, I read these scripts and I want to see what happens. And I want to,
Right.
So she's really into it, which I love hearing that,
I dig that. I like it that people would actually watch what they're in. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, oh yeah, we watch it every week and we love it. And, so I love hearing that stuff.
The last scene of last episode with her when she just had it with his ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was phenomenal.
Right.
That was
And this podcast, this interview in particular, I was really impressed that she did get into a lot of, me and Bob, worked out this scene like this, and the crew worked out this scene like this. So she did get into some good inside stuff. With
What
Better Call
podcast
Saul.
was this again?
It's called The Watch, and it's by The Ringer. The website is The Ringer. They do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
they got one right now. They're doing The Wire.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't listen to it though because of the host.
It's Jamila Hill,
Yeah.
Who's that?
the ESPN reporter, the
He
ESPN
got
anchor.
fired.
Oh, I don't know.
She's all right, but
Yeah.
I don't know why she's doing it. I don't know. Is she from Baltimore or something?
Must be.
I wish they would get somebody from the show to do it, like the
Yeah.
Office ladies. Like it needs to be somebody from the show to do it.
Right.
Shit.
Well, huh?
Shit.
Yeah, we should get him or get Snoop to do it.
I ran into her in Little 5 Points once. Did I tell you that?
Was it
No.
scary? Were you scared?
No, she didn't rob me. I went down. I was down a Little 5 Points to see a show. I think of maybe Mickey Hart or something like that. And I'm walking down the street, and there's this I think it's a lesbian techno DJ club or something. And they're the music's pulsating out, and I look and it's her. I go, oh my God, it's Snoop. And she went, hey, what's up, man?
Oh yeah.
And I said, wow, I'm a big fan of The Wire. She goes, yeah, I'm down here. I got my book. And I said, your book? She goes, yeah. So I bought her book and had her sign it. I've never read it, of course. But not
You
of
need
course.
to learn how to read one of these days.
What's that?
You need to learn how to read one of these days.
Yeah.
It's not important that I don't know how to read.
I'm just gonna take a stab and say that she had a ghostwriter. That's I'm gonna
Yeah,
assume that.
thinking that.
That's not nice.
Look, we talk about potential reality here on the show.
Yes, I understand. All right, so Sean Gardner, who's, let's full disclosure, his wife is one of the hosts of Mike TV, Lisa Krause. But Sean gave us an idea that I thought was really cool, and it's for every week each of us pick 3 songs, and we'll create a playlist that I'll put on Spotify, and we'll share it every week. And as we have guests and things like that, we'll let them pick a song, and eventually Patreon donors can pick a couple of songs. So, Steph, why don't you start?
Oh, okay. So my 3 songs, I've been kind of like in this whatever mood lately. I mean, even though DaBaby's new album dropped yesterday, and DaBaby's album dropped yesterday,
and I not know that?
It's
slap your bitch up.
No, that's the
that's it. That's pretty much all of it. That and Schoolboy Q's new album came out last week. I've still been more in a blues rock sort of kind of thing here lately. And so my 3 songs, they're all in the same sort of genre. The first one is Things Are Changing, and it's Gary Clark Jr., but it's the live album version. I love that version. I don't even care about it being the regular song, but I think also the part that it's live, the reminder of a concert, of being at a concert.
Yeah.
I felt that, yeah.
Very soothing to me. So that song, Dan Auerbach's little band that he had on the side called the Arcs. There's a song that they do called The Arc that I've been digging a lot lately. I've been listening to it a lot. I've just been going back and listening to stuff that I used to love, and I don't know, it just gives me a good feeling. And then my last song, do you remember whenever Josh Homme and John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin and Grohl, they had them Crooked Vultures when they did that little super group? There was a song on there that I'm mental about. I can listen to it 100 times in a row. It's called Bandoliers. I love that song.
I love that song.
I love that song. And the guitar, like at the end when it breaks down, he's like, ah. I mean, I just absolutely love it. So those 3 songs are like a part of the whole thing that I'm into right now.
Awesome. I listened to the new Fish album a week ago. It's called Sigma Oasis. And I've been listening to that over and again. But just to touch on what Steph just said, every Tuesday night, Fish releases a live concert on YouTube and Facebook, and it's called Dinner and a Movie. And they did one of the nights from Watkins Glen in 2015 when I was up there with my friend Larry. And it was a show that I think I had fallen asleep in because I drank beer all day like an idiot. And so it was nice to see it. But it was such a great show. And I'm glad. That's one of the things. And to see a concert, not only one that you've been to, but if you've been to a lot of concerts, you know the smells, you know the stuff around you that's going on. So it's kind of cool, you know. And I just saw on Twitter, by the way, that Richard Marx doesn't like it if you smoke at a venue. He got pissed about that. But anyway, the other song I've been listening to a lot is Anthrax's 1987 classic Among the Living, which is a song about the stand.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that, but I know the song.
Isn't it disease, spreading the disease? So yeah, it's an uplifting tune. And then sitting and scrolling through Twitter, 80% of Twitter is assholes fighting about stupid shit that doesn't matter to anybody. And then 20% of it, you find some cool stuff. I follow a lot of these guys who talk about 70s and 80s baseball or 70s and 80s pop culture. And there was a song that came out in the early 90s by this band called the KLF that I'd heard of but didn't know their stuff, where they had Tammy Wynette sing the main lyrics, and it's called Justified and Ancient. I'd never heard it in my life, and now I'm obsessed with it.
KLF,
There's one line she goes, they said, they call me up in Tennessee, they said, Tammy, stand by the jams. And it's just a fun song. It's like before techno got to where it's just, girls with butterfly decals on their nipples and drugs. This is kind of like dance and fun with lyrics.
Yeah, they used to play it at the gay bar a lot back in the day.
I didn't know that.
Backstreet, Detroit.
Yeah. Jeff, you got 3 songs?
My first song is by this band. I don't think you guys have ever heard of them. They're called King Cake and the Boogie Woogies.
Oh, come on.
The song is called Creepy Little Spider.
Oh, yeah, that is one of my favorites.
Good
I hope
song.
that's on Spotify.
It's on everything.
That is
Oh,
a
thank you.
jam.
And my second song is Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. And my third song is The Saga Begins by Weird Al.
Why is that?
Yeah, it's such a great song.
Okay, it is actually.
It's better than the original.
It is not better than the original song.
It's the best thing to come out of the Star Wars prequels ever.
I didn't list any on our doc, but I've come up with some since since I didn't put any on there. Does that make any sense?
All right. Go ahead. What is it?
Are you done, Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I got two by just some stuff I've been listening to lately. See, I hesitated on picking out the songs because I thought we were supposed to do like quarantine related type stuff. So you were.
No, I can do anything you want.
I know. I was trying to think of stuff that relates to the times, but I couldn't really come up with anything good. So I picked two songs of people that I know, and then one song by a band that I saw like right before all this happened. And I was just thinking back to this time when I had a great time with my parents. I went down to visit them. They were vacationing in Florida, and it just so happened this girl, Nikki Hill, and her band were playing down there in Boca at a little club. I went down and surprised my dad. And I said, we're going to go and check this girl out. She's great. She's kind of like almost like a female Little Richard, and they're pretty good. So check out Nikki Hill. It's Nikki. And her newest album is called Feline Roots. And the song is Get Down and Crawl.
All right.
Just a badass band, man. Just like kicking ass, upbeat, funky. She's got a killer voice, killer front woman.
Is it like Alabama Shakes?
Yeah, sort of, but I was never a big fan of Alabama Shakes, even though on paper I should be. I never really got into them, but Nikki Hill's stuff is killer because the band just really has good roots and they really know their stuff. So listen, Nikki Hill, Get Down, Crawl. And then another local kid that was playing around town, this kid's name is Brooks Mason. His band name is Eddie 9-Volt, and he put out this record, did it all himself. Played all the instruments himself, but it sounds like an album out of like 1963, some old blues album. And
cool.
The album is called Left My Soul in Memphis, and the song Let My Soul in Memphis is one of his, and it's killer. It's just, white boy soul that you'll love.
Awesome.
And then one more is, you guys know the Wood Brothers, right?
Yeah.
So the Wood Brothers, Oliver Wood used to have a band in town called King Johnson, and since then, he hooked up with his brother, who was Chris Wood in Medeski Martin and Wood. And, they've been playing theaters as the Wood Brothers. And they had a new album come out. And I think the album's called Alabaster, but the song is Alabaster. Killer song. Wood Brothers, just check it out. It's awesome. So there's my three.
When you get a second, type them into the doc, just so I can appreciate it.
I will. All
right, guys. Thank you for being here today. We'll be back next week with a guest and maybe Dan Fogler, actor. Yeah. And Josh will be jumping on as well. Anything before we go?
Oh, I'm taking my foster dog to a foster to adopt. Tomorrow I'm dropping her off. So I think this is it.
Good luck.
The dude's in love with her. So I'm taking her over there. She's going to stay for a few days. And if he's good with it, she gone. I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry, but cry of happiness. Cry of happiness.
It's hard. I love this dog. But anyway, so got to open up the spot. We only got one spot for another foster. So
clean that up dog off your wall so you can hang your posters back up.
Yeah, get that up dog off there.
All right, I can't wait to see what this up dog thing is. I'm gonna watch that as soon as we get done with here.
All right, guys. Thank you, and remember to. Keep it canon and COVID free.
Canon and uncovid.
Keep it up, dog.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Ida. Thanks, Steph.